Ganapatirao Maharashkana. Published January the 9th, 2018. Jump to the end of this recording for further information about this audiobook. Title, quotation, quote, "Love everyone and live in happiness." Sri Samartha Sadhguru Ganapatirao Maharashkana, 1909 to 2004, was an Indian guru in the Inchgeri Sampradaya. Part 1, Biography. Part 1, Biography. Chapter 1, Early Years. Sri Samartha Sadhguru Ganapatirao Maharashkana was born on the 18th of September 1909 on the day of Ganesh Chaturthi, Bhadrapad Shukla Chaturthi, in a Deshist Brahmin family of Smt Saraswatibai and Shrimant Shivrampant Kanna, in the small village Kanna, located in the Bijapur district of Karnataka, India. He had his primary and high school education in Bijapur. He graduated in 1932, earning a B.Sc. Mathematics and Physics degree from Fergusson College, Pune. Part 1, Biography. Chapter 2, Sri Siddharam Shwar Maharaj. Since his early childhood days, young Ganapati had a great inclination towards spirituality. At the age of 13 he was blessed and initiated by Sri S.S. Siddharam Shwar Maharaj, who also accepted him as his disciple and guided him to the path of self-attainment. Sri Siddharam Shwar Maharaj had given stringent directives to few of his selfless disciples, to wear ochre robes, to be devoted towards sadhana and make it the sole objective of life, not to touch money, and live with only bare minimum necessities. The disciples chose the bank of river Krishna at Audumba and carried out tapas, penance, for a year, strictly as instructed. Part 1, Biography. Chapter 3, Further Study. Even being a graduate, he decided not to take any service or job and vowed for the vow of celibacy throughout his life as not to get entangled in materialistic life. Sri Siddharam Shwar Maharaj left for heavenly abode in 1936. After his demise, Sri Ganapatirao Maharaj became firmly rooted in his doctrines and studied the Srimad Daspad, Bhagavata, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads and other holy texts to attain the highest goal of his life, self-liberation and self-attainment. Part 1, Biography. Chapter 4, Teaching Others. He carried on the mantle passed to him by his Sadhguru, and strived for the upliftment of common people for a span of 6 decades. To carry forward his spiritual work, he founded the Shanti Kutir Ashram. At the age of 95 years on Monday the 20th of September 2004 he died in Kanna House, Bijapur. Part 2, Personality. The motto of his life was to propagate the principles of Advaita and preach the importance of gaining liberation, mukti in this birth itself and showing the path of self-realization. Atmanubhuti. To all who came to him, he was an individual with high intellect, with a very simple lifestyle, and the immense ability of loving all eternal humans without any differentiation of religion, caste or creed. People were instantly attracted by his loving, peaceful nature and enlightening discourses. Those who all came in his contact were very much impressed with his simplicity, selfless state and divine aura, which earned him the reverence as Shanti Brahma. Part 3, Teachings. Sri Ganapatirao Maharaj preached the principle of Advaita, the importance of self-satisfaction, and the way to lead a happy and content life in eternal peace. His teaching, in a nutshell, was Aham Brahmasmi, I am Brahma, Atma is Supreme Brahma. He focused on how an individual who has conquered his ego can be eternally free in his birth itself. The supreme eminence of his teaching was that he explained this systematically in a simple language, so as even a common man could understand and follow it easily. Some key topics which Sri Ganapatharao Maharaj elucidated were the importance of this birth as a human being. The Atma is supreme, it is Sat Chit Anand, meaning it is the ultimate truth. It is ever existent, never to be destroyed, and it is in the form of happiness. An individual is not what he seems to be, neither the body, neither the mind, nor the self. He is the ultimate Atma, soul, the ultimate supreme. Therefore every being is full of Anand, bliss, in his basic state, which should be experienced. The attainment of self-enlightenment can be achieved by loving all and incinerating hatred towards others. The importance of evicting self-centered lifestyle and relinquishing ego. To be always content in self-happiness and see all as self and love all. The need to take up spiritual path of the fourfold sadhans. The importance of listening to discourses, cogitation of what is heard and bringing it into practice. Liberation from sufferings, hatred, selfish ego, and achieving the supreme happiness means salvation. Part 4. Social Setup. Sri Maharaj was very much concerned about the changing lifestyles and diluting principles and human values. To counter these aspects and implement the principles of Adhyatma in day-to-day life, he founded a social organization called Bharatiya Surajya Samstha in 1993. A spiritual aspirant, sadhaka, of the highest order certainly has at least a tinge of materialism in him. Likewise, the most worldly-minded person is sure to have at least a tinge of spiritual awareness in him. The goal of every man is to achieve a balance of these two facets. Every worldly-minded person should adopt spiritual values in his life. Every spiritually minded person should develop the awareness that the world is present in the background. Sri Maharaj preached this beautiful state of equanimity. There are 8 principles which are preached through Bharatiya Surajya Samstha. 1. I will never take part in habit-forming activities like drinking, smoking and others. 1. I will not engage myself in unethical acts like adultery, viewing lewd shows and others. 1. I will practice the edict of high thinking and simple living in my daily life. 1. I will buy and use only the outputs of our own countrymen. 1. I will observe the creed of non-violence and lead my life in harmony with everyone. 1. I will go to a needy village or to my own place one day in a week and perform voluntary service. 1. I will never take or give bribes. 1. I will earmark 2 hours every day for spiritual practice of those sadhanas which lead to the highest goal in life. To preach and to spread the message of BSS, the disciples of Sri Maharaj carry walkathons in rural and urban areas every year known as BSS, Niti Bhakti Dandi Yatra. The BSS is also actively involved to give quality education in villages and helping them improve in every possible. This scheme, called School Adoption, was started by the Govt. of Karnataka. 11 schools have been adopted under Sri Maharaj's direction and received help in every possible way. Liberation in life and value considerations should not be restricted, but it should extend to the society and the nation and the world over, is the great message that has been given to civilization by the Samstha. He also originator of a bi-weekly publication known as Surajya Path, and was a regular writer till his last days. In short, every sadhaka should lead life for the good of his own, his society and the nation. It is no exaggeration to say the nation has been uplifted because of the presence of such great Mahatmas, and more so by our Sadguru. Part 5. Shanti Kutir Ashram. Shanti Kutir is a hermitage founded by Sri Maharaj. It is located near the village of Kanna, situated 25 kilometers from Bijapur. This ashram was set up in 1951 and has gradually grown to consist of over 100 rooms for accommodation of the disciples. A temple of Lord Sri Dattatreya is located on the premises. Shri Maharaj built small cottage on his ancestral and named it Shanti Kutir. Starting with a small cottage in 1951 AD, Shanti Kutir expanded into a concrete structure in 1961. It became the center for all his spiritual activities and soon gained the status of Tirthakshetra. In a span of 60 years it has now grown into a big spiritual center with over 100 well-maintained rooms, a huge auditorium where discourses are given, and the saptas. Spiritual fests are celebrated, a dining hall that can seat thousands of devotees, and all other amenities. At Shanti Kutir, no distinction is made on the basis of caste, creed, color, age, language or any other criteria. All those with sincere spiritual aspirations are welcome. A temple of Lord Dattatreya is the main attraction, and adjacent to which is the Sanctum Sanctorum Samadhi Mandir, where the holy ashes of Sri Ganapati Rao Maharaj have been preserved and a beautiful marble Shivalinga has been placed on it. The room where Sri Maharaj lived is the most sanctified place where visiting alienates one from worldly obsessions. The ashram has a books library as well as bookstore. There is a separate prayer hall where daily prayers and aarti are offered. The natural surroundings of a lake and a stream add to the overall atmosphere to make it a perfect destination for a dhyana seeker. The day at Shanti Kutir starts at 5:00 in the morning with dawn prayers, followed by dhyan for 30 min. At 8:30 am the disciples perform the puja at the Samadhi Mandir of S.S. Maharaj. At 12 noon chapters from Srimad Daspata read and afternoon prayers and aarti are offered. This is followed by lunch. In the evening at 5:30 pm chapters from Sulbatmadana are read and evening prayers and aarti are offered. At 8:30 pm chapters from Srimad Daspata read and night prayers and aarti are offered, which is followed by dinner. Part 6. Events and Sapta. Various Saptas. Spiritual fests are held at Shanti Kutir Kanna in a calendar year. Chaitra Sapta. From Chaitra Shuddha Pratipada, Gudi-Padwat Ramnavami, was started in the year 1974 and is for 9 days. Shravan Ganesh Chaturthi Sapta. Celebrated from Shravan Vajrayodashi to Ganesh Chaturthi. It is being celebrated at Shanti Kutir for past 34 years. Datta Jayanti. From Margashishya Shuddha Trayodashi till Datta Jayanti, was started after the Sri Dattatreya temple was constructed at Shanti Kutir in 1984 and is for 3 days. Part 7. Same Pradaja. Part 7. Same Pradaja. Chapter 1. Navnath. Sri Maharaj traces his Same Pradaya to the Navanath Same Praday. It was started by Adaguru Sri Dattatreya and was further carried by the Navanaths, the holy 9 gurus. One of those Navnaths was Adaguru Sri Revanatha, who initiated Ka Adasijwar Swami Maharaj. Ka Adasijwar founded the Kanari Ashram in the 13th century, which became a Jnanpith. Many solace seekers were initiated for centuries together. Part 7. Same Pradaja. Chapter 2. Nambaji Same Praday. In the mid of the 19th century, the then Sri Ka Adasijwar Swami Maharaj initiated Sri Gurulingajangam Maharaj, also known as Nambaji Maharaj. He founded the Nambaji Same Praday and initiated Sri Raghunath Priya Sadhu Maharaj. Sri Raghunath Priya Sadhu Maharaj initiated Sri Samartha Sadhguru Babar Sahib Maharaj Deshpande, who was an ardent follower and a devoted disciple of Sri Gurulingajangam Maharaj. Part 7. Same Pradaja. Chapter 3. Inchjeri Same Praday. Sri Babar Sahib Maharaj established the Inchjeri Same Pradaya. He preached the principle of non-dualness, Advaitattva, and used to give discourses on Srimad Daspad. Sri Babar Sahib Maharaj had many followers, many of which further rose to the state of Gurupad, and practiced and preached the principles of Vedanta and Advaita throughout India. Sri Siddharameshwar Maharaj was his disciple and ardent follower. Siddharameshwar professed the knowledge and basics of self-realization to the masses and became one of the most followed guru of Anshgeri Sampradaya. Sri Maharaj was blessed and initiated by Siddharameshwar at the age of 13. Special characters in this article were substituted with audio cues. They were denoted as follows: and, beginning and ending single or double quotations, and, left and right parentheses, a bullet point. This recording is a derivative work from Wikipedia. For more information, to commission recordings like this, and to support the developer, please visit www.patreon.com/frogcast.